Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here, and we have less than 1 day left on the ShapeShifters Team 1 promotion. Overall, it's been a little bit of a disappointment, mainly because there have been very few player SBCs during this time. We do have a brand new player SBC today, so we'll get to that in just a second. Tomorrow around this time, we will have ShapeShifters Team 2, and I will be streaming live. I'm going to go into draft, finish a few drafts, try to get some good packs that we can open tomorrow and see if we can get any of the new shapeshifters. I am excited to see what players will be in the team. Overall, I have liked the players they included in Shapeshifters Team 1. I was a little bit disappointed at first because it was a lot of recycled players, but I'm really liking that Mertens as a left wing or left mid. I like Kongdogby as a center back, and we did that Mkhitaryan SBC card. And that was kind of weird. As far as actual Shapeshifters SBCs, I think it was only the Mkhitaryan and the Olaza. And other than that, it was Kimmich was a player moments. And the one we have today, which we'll take a look at right now, Cesar Azpilicueta, is a flashback card. So I think we've only had 4 player SBCs, and only 2 of them were actual shapeshifters. So I was a little bit disappointed because this is what 4 days since the Kimmich. So I wish they would just give us more player SBCs, let us make the decision. Like Azpilicueta is a perfect example. Some people may love them, some people may not, but let us make that decision. You don't have to just give us like 95 rated cards or super meta in-game cards. Let us put them out there and let us make the decision, see if we can fit them in our team, see if we like them. But when we have nothing to pick from, then there's nothing for us to do, and it just kind of is frustrating. So anyways, let's take a look at this Azpilicueta. He has some really interesting stats when you just take a look at his base card. You see 81 pace for a center back. Okay, that looks good. 81 passing, nice. Most center backs can't pass that well. 77 dribbling, also nice for a center back. 89 defense, very nice. And 80 physical, okay. I think even Varane has like 80 physical out there, so that looks really, really strong. But when you look at his actual details of his stats, I think there's one thing that kills this card. And if we look at his physical details, you'll see that strength of 73. So for me, I think that's going to pretty much make him useless as a center back. And part of it will be his body model in game. He's only 5'10", which does not completely kill a center back this year like it would have in FIFA 19. But when you're that small, you do need some strength to be able to hold your ground. Like someone like Virgil is where he's 6'4", he's just a very imposing presence out there. And it's almost like even if Virgil had this level of strength, if Virgil was 73 strength, he would still feel strong in game because his body model would be hard just to get around him. It's just the way it is as far as that goes in game. So for me, I'm going to stay away from this card. I do think there could be some value if you wanted to use him as a CDM, potentially even as a right back. If you were going to use him as a right back, I think you would have to put a shadow on him, and that's going to make his pace a little weird, though. It's going to make his acceleration 99 and his sprint speed 88. So he would be able to really drive over to get to a ball, but if someone gets around him, he may have a little bit of trouble catching up because he's just not going to have that sprint speed to maintain and keep up with someone like Daniel James or Adama Traore, or everyone's going to be using their Ryan Kent once it gets upgraded. That's a little bit frustrating for me. The Ryan Kent SBC, for anyone who doesn't know, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below and follow me on Twitter and all of that good stuff. But we restarted at Christmas when what's something I called the Christmas to Glory series. I was a little just fed up with FIFA. I just wanted a new challenge, so I restarted at Christmas. Now, the one thing that I missed, probably the biggest thing I missed from my other team, it's not Neymar, it's not CR7, it's not Messi. I missed out on the Ryan Kent SBC. I think it ended on like December 24th, something like that, and we restarted on December 25th. So I did not have Ryan Kent in this team. So it's going to be really sad when he goes to an 84 or whatever because Rangers have already advanced. So I'm going to hate seeing that. I'm going to hate seeing Ryan Kent trying to get by me every weekend league game. But as far as that goes, if you wanted to use Azpilicueta as a right back, I do think it would be required to have a shadow, but you would have to be very careful not to let players get by you because I just don't know if you'd catch up. If you wanted to use him as a CDM, then I think you would have to put an anchor on him just to boost his strength up a little bit. And I think that would make him a fairly strong CDM, but I'm not sure. I still don't know that I would do him for his cost. If you see like his agility there, he's 75 agility, which isn't unusable for that role, but he's not going to be someone like Conte, who's, I mean, he's shorter, but similar small type of body model. Conte is going to have really good agility, but he doesn't have a ton of strength. Conte can be that little agitator to whip in and out, and he can move. This Azpilicueta, I don't think will move like Conte does in games. So for me, it's just to stay away. I don't think he's worth it. But if you're a big Chelsea fan, if you can fit him into your Premier League team, then you certainly could go for him, try him out. If you do try him out, let me know down below how he works for you. My biggest concern is that strength. So let's take a look too. He's not cheap. I should have mentioned that already too. Let's take a look at his requirements. I believe it was a little over 200K last I looked on FUTBin. And what we need is an 84 squad with 2 Team of the Week players, an 85 with 1 Team of the Week, and an 85 with 1 Team of the Week. So 4 total Team of the Weeks. And you only get back a Prime Mixed Players pack, a Jumbo Premium Gold pack, and a Prime Electrum Players pack. So not the greatest packs in the world. I mean, they're not hideous or anything, but it's not like a Prime Gold Players pack and a Rare Players pack. And not that you would expect that. I'm just saying you're not getting any great packs back for doing the Azpilicueta. So if you do them, let me know how he does for you. But for me, it's a pass. So now let's just take a look. I want to take a look at my squad. We're going to make final preparations for Weekend League. I have been loving playing with this team. Sometimes you just create a team. We always are trying to do this, make players that complement each other. But I think this team is playing amazing. And one thing that I'm really liking is this Florenzi. And I've talked about it a lot. I think wing play is so important in FIFA. And I've played with Nelson Semedo a lot. I know a lot of you play with Nelson Semedo, but Semedo has one weakness, and that's his passing. So sometimes I would have, I think last week I was playing Semedo. I've also played Wan-Bissaka, who has even worse passing than Semedo, if that's possible. So I've played Wan-Bissaka with Daniel James, to get Daniel James linked. And there were several times Daniel James would be making a really nice run, and you try to make that pass that kind of loops around the sideline. I think you hit, if I remember right, it's RB or R1 and the through ball button. I could be wrong. I would know if I would have had to do it in game, but it's that pass is supposed to loop around the defender there. And Wan-Bissaka, when he's making those passes, you just don't know where they're going to go. Sometimes they go out of bounds. Sometimes they just go too far up the pitch. And it's just because his passing is poor. So you've taken a really strong opportunity and turned that into a weakness, because now if Daniel James runs the ball down, he's back there near the corner flag, or he's just kind of pinned deep, or he's too far on the side. And so it just makes it hard when you don't have a fullback that can make those passes. But Florenzi is able to make some amazing passes. And it's not that his passing stats are in the 90s or anything, but they're not in the 60s like a Semedo or a Wan-Bissaka. You see his vision is 80, short pass 81, long pass 78. So he's making much, much better passes. Now, if you have that headliners Nelson Semedo, and we played with him for a little bit on our Christmas to Glory account, he that makes some really strong passes. I'm just talking about regular gold or not informed Semedo or that Wan-Bissaka. Those cards just do not pass that well. Ferland Mendy, even though his passing stats are a little bit lower than Florenzi, he makes some amazing passes. Mendy his mom must work for EA or something. This card just plays far, far beyond an 80. It's been doing it all year. For me, it's still holding up. I don't have any problems playing with him. And even his defending stats are not that amazing, but you would compare his defending stats to that Azpilicueta we just looked at, and it's far below Azpilicueta's. But this Mendy, I would say, would still play better in game than that 88 Azpilicueta. So it's just kind of weird how that works out sometimes in FIFA, but for me, this Florenzi has really opened up the game for us. Kondogbia is just an absolute monster. He's just super stout back there. And it also allows me to play Ter Stegen, who I think is by far the best keeper in the game. So when we can play Ter Stegen with this 91 Ramos, who I like, and this Kondogbia. Now, as far as what I'm playing a 4-2-3-1. And if you want to see my tactics and formations, I have a video I did on that yesterday. So just go back on my channel and you can check out how we're playing in game. But basically, I play Politano on the left, I play Mkhitaryan on the right, and sometimes my fingers get backwards from how I'm filming. So if that was backwards, that's why. And I play Dries Mertens as my central cam and Lautaro as my striker, and they just all complement each other so well. And I was talking about this yesterday as well on my formations video, but I'm trying a little bit of a different thing. What I've been doing for the last couple weeks, I just want pace going down the wing, like a Daniel James, a Kent, like I talked about earlier. But I'm trying this time, and I've had a lot of success in division rivals lately with this team just playing really well together. So instead of giving Mkhitaryan a hunter to give him that extra pace to go down the wing, instead of making him 98, 97 with a hunter, I gave him a sniper just to boost his shooting and his dribbling. Because my thought is, and I think it's playing out in game, you spend more of your time kind of in that final third trying to just bust through the defense. So I think I'd rather have someone that can dribble really well, that can shoot really well, and he still has really good passing stats. So instead of just relying on that raw pace, I'm trying to get these players that can do a little bit more in that final third. So, and it's worked out really well. And he still has enough pace that if he's behind someone, he's going to be able to at least maintain that distance, or at least be able to get off a nice pass or whatever. So it's not, I'm not saying you would want to have someone who's 78 rated pace. Upper 80s is, that's maybe the bottom of where I'd want to go, is that 88, 87. I don't even know if it was like 80, 80. I don't know that I'd feel comfortable with that. But at that pace level, I am feeling comfortable with it. They're complementing each other really well. Now, as far as upgrades, I've been trying to think. I don't know where I would take this team. So I've been trying to think of upgrades. I could upgrade Lautaro to CR7, but on this account, on my Christmas to Glory team, I've been trying to stay away from Neymar and Messi and CR7. I played with Neymar a little bit last week just because I made a team around his Player of the Month card. I was just kind of curious when I saw he won Player of the Month, but before I knew how much his SBC was, I made a team. So I just decided just to buy a Neymar to play around with him for the heck of it. But we're done with Neymar again. I think this Dries Mertens gives almost as much as Neymar, which is kind of crazy to say, but Dries Mertens plays insane in game. So as far as upgrades go, I could take Lautaro to CR7, but Lautaro is just an absolute monster. I mean, he just buries everything. With this hunter on him, he just buries everything. He's still quick. I do like a little bit of speed up the middle, so that's one reason I do have a hunter on him. And I will also say, I do think for pace purposes, you do need your fullbacks and your center backs as pacey as possible. You want them rapid because people are still trying to do that tactic of just getting in behind you, countering you, and all that. So you do want to make sure you have those. I'm talking mainly about kind of like your wing players or wide cams. I'm trying it out where I'm not just maxing out their pace to see how that works for us. But so I've been trying to think. I don't know who I could upgrade. I mean, if anybody, I'm not fully in love with Politano yet. Let's see what he has done for us so far. We played 11 games with him. He has 1 goal and 5 assists, which really, that's not terrible for a wide cam. But I would also say I feel like I would get a similar result from a Douglas Costa, which he does a similar things. He's pacey, he can dribble, he can make some decent passes. So and that's what I'm asking Politano to do. So I don't know that I've seen anything exceptional from him yet, but I don't know who I would upgrade him with either. So just kind of spitballing some ideas. If you guys have any ideas for upgrades, let me know. As far as what we have for value, let's take a look at that. I've been storing a couple players in the team. One we may even go ahead and sell, or at least want to take a look at them. So let's sort this by value, high to low. I've been holding on to a couple players. And let's see here. I hate when you sort by value, high to low. They put all your loan players up top. It's like those aren't really worth anything. We have this Frankie de Jong, ones to watch. I bought him. Now I think last I looked, I was still underwater on him. Now I paid 85,000 for him because I was using him in my team. Now last I looked, he was probably about 80. I don't know if he's recovered at all now that he's out of those ones to watch packs that we had maybe a week or so ago. So it's possible. Now I see an 82. I see someone on a bid of 68,000. I'll go ahead and add this one to my transfer targets just to see what he ends up going for. So I could sell him for probably the 75, 80 in that neighborhood. We packed Kong Dagbia in our Weekend League rewards yesterday. I'd already bought him, but we packed him yesterday in our Weekend League rewards, so that was pretty awesome. So my other valuable card, we did pack Bernat as well last week in the winter refresh. We have this Juan Jesus with the Europa League Europa League road to the finals. And let's see. All right, so Roma and Ghent at this moment are in the 82nd minute tied 1-1. If the result holds, then Roma will advance. This Juan Jesus will go to an 86. And I think he would go for a good bit of money. We bought him for 95,000 coins. Now, the thing is, I love this Juan Jesus card. It is an absolute monster card, but I don't feel like I can play him because if I go away from Ter Stegen, I don't know if it's just my game style or my play style or just Ter Stegen is that good. once I go to any other keeper, they've just been terrible. Last week in Weekend League, I tried second informed Donnarumma. I tried informed Handanovic. I tried Allison because I had Juan Jesus and I had Luis Felipe's Future Stars card. And those are monster center backs. But I seem to give up a lot of long shots. I feel like I kind of force people out a little bit. And not necessarily like long shots outside of the box, but like long shots from like maybe the edge of the box. And Handanovic, Donnarumma, Allison, all three of them were just terrible. I was just giving up more goals than I've ever given up before. Where Ter Stegen will stop those, and maybe it's just Ter Stegen's good at facing those long shots, and the other keepers aren't. But because I was reading some stuff, some people were liking that second informed Donnarumma, but he was complete garbage for me. But so we could sell this Juan Jesus. You know that's let's see what he's going for right now. So we have that De Jong for about 80,000. We have Juan Jesus. Let's see if he's worth more. I'd looked him up a little bit earlier, but I think it was before Roma had started their match. So I don't know if I should wait till he's actually upgraded to the 86 or if people are buying him on hype right now. Let's just see. I don't know if he has another special card, but I'll just make min price 20,000. There any for 100,000, nothing for 100, 111, nothing for 111. Getting excited. Okay. So there's several for that 120 range. Now the other thing is tons and tons of people have bought this card as an investment. So it's not like I'm unique in buying this card as an investment. So I'm a little worried that there's going to be a big flood of Juan Jesus cards coming into the market. And if I bought that one for 114, I think I would lose a little bit of money on tax if he sold for about 120. Or I guess I'd break even. It'd be 6,000 in tax for a 120,000 coin sale. So I don't know if I should go ahead and sell them or wait till he's at the 86. I feel like the prices kind of get priced into it already, but some people may not know until they see that 86. So I'm a little torn about when to sell him. I don't know if he's going to come down a little bit or if he's more hyped now. I really don't know. And it's also I think on away goals Roma would still advance even if Ghent won the game 2-1. I think Roma still advances. I think I haven't really followed the Europa League that much. I'm pretty sure away goals are still the standard there. I know some places have changed the away goal break or tie break basically, but I'm pretty sure Europa League still has that. So Juan Jesus, maybe we should list them for 120. I don't know. Do these others have a shadow? Let me see. We do have a shadow on them, so that can have some value. So yeah, there's 118 with shadows, 120. Oh man, I'm tempted to sell them. I don't know what to do though, because that 120 is not selling. Gosh, I really don't know. So one of the 120s did sell, I believe. So what do we have? A 120 and a 118. Or maybe it was a 120, 118, 118. So one of them did sell. Yeah, I'm just kind of torn on what to do. I don't know if I should wait till he does get to 86 or if just that hype is going to be gone by the time he gets to 86. Maybe we should just go ahead and sell him. I don't know. I'm talking myself into panic selling him basically. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and put him out there. We'll just do Brazil. See if we can find him here. Juan Jesus. Let's list him out there for 120,000. We'll make a few coins on him. It's not going to be like mind blowing. I guess at 120,000 we would net 114,000. So that'd be 19,000 coins profit. That's not bad. I mean, we could have bought a bunch of these, and he came out when I was still on my main account before Christmas. I thought about buying a bunch of them on there. I think I still have them on my main account, but I guess it's just let's just go ahead and sell them for the 120 and stop thinking about it. That'll be 120,000 coins or 114,000 coins into the bank. We still have that Frankie De Jong we could sell, so we could probably get close to 400,000 coins. So as far as upgrades go, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to rock and roll with this team. I guess I just thought of one. Let's take a look at one more thing. Let's take a look at Ter Stegen's special card. Now, I was going to say what could be cool is they give us a Shapeshifters Ferland Mendy, but he wouldn't be a left back, so I don't know that would be. I couldn't do the Footmas Ferland Mendy because that was while I don't remember if he came out. I guess he had to come out. I think they stopped the Footmas players at Christmas, so there were no more Footmas Player SBCs. We would not have had the coins to do that Ferland Mendy Footmas SBC card because that one was like 300,000 coins, something like that. But I do wish I had that Footmas Ferland Mendy card. It would fit really nicely into the team. So, but let's look up Ter Stegen. I don't know if this would be worth doing either. But let's just take a look at his special cards. Let's do min price. I'll just say 60,000. I'm not sure how much they're going for. But he has that team of the group stage card here. Oh, no, it does. It would have one more with a basic chem style. You got to remember if it had 90 diving. This one was 88 on his basic card. For his team of the group stage, it went to 90. But if you run a basic chem style, that's only going to go to 99. So that's only a 1 improvement on diving, a 1 improvement on handling, a 1 improvement on kicking, a no improvement on reflexes because remember 90 reflexes would go to 99, 92 reflexes would go to 99, 1 improvement on speed, and 2 improvement on positioning, which would only be a 1 improvement on positioning. So I don't know that it's worth buying this Ter Stegen. I think when he was in packs he had come down quite a bit, but right now, and even this team of the year nominee card, I just don't think it's worth it for that just minor of an upgrade. So we're just going to run with this for our weekend league. But let me know, guys, let me know the teams you're going to be running, what success you have, if you pulled anything good for marquee matchups. But tomorrow we're going to be live for the ShapeShifters Team 2. It's going to be a lot of fun. See if we can pull any good thing from that, see what players are out there. But that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Let me know what you found. Make sure to subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me everywhere. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye.